the previous class, I have explained you, let me revise, what is package. It is just like a folder where we can store the objects. Okay, custom objects and standard objects. So if your object is starting from G or Y, then that object is custom object. And except G or Y, then that object is standard object. Okay. So how to create the package? Through the T code SE21 and SE80. Then I have explained you that what is system landscape, development, quality and production. So if you are creating any object, then you have to store your object in the package, then TR, and that TR will be workbench request. Okay, so today I will create a database table. So I have explained you that through DDIC. DDIC is data dictionary where you can create the different types of table, views, and search and lock object. I will explain you. Then what is delivery class? So let me create a table. Database table SE11. Here you can create your custom table. Customer. Now click on the create button. Just pass the description customer data. Now what is delivery class? So I have explained you the delivery class defined to control the transport of data. ACL. If you click on this F4 help, then you can see ACL, GESW. But in the real time, we use ACL. A is for application table, C is for customizing, and then L is for storing temporary data. Like, what is the use of A? So if you are selecting this A as delivery class, then you can maintain the data in any system, development, quality, production. And it will ask for workbench request. And what is C? C is customizing table. You can maintain data only in the development system. If you want to transport the data in the quality and production, then you have to create a TR, customizing TR. Okay. Then next is L, table for storing temporary data. So it will not ask for any TR and you can maintain the data in any system. Okay. So now let me take this as a application table. In the data browser, we always select display maintenance allowed to display the data and to maintain the data. Now, if we click on the save button, so it is asking for package. So let me explain you that how we can get the package. Just to revise. So through the T code SE21, you can create the package SE21 and SE80 is also SE80. This one, ABAP workbench. Now you can create your package. G package. Let me take. Click on create button. Now pass the description. Customer package. Now enter. It will ask for TR. We will use the same TR. Enter. Now save. Okay. So now next step is I will use this package. Can you please mute yourself? Okay. So now next is if you click on the save button, it will ask for package. So we will pass the same package that we created now. Gpackcust. Copy and paste. Now click on the save button. I will use same TR. Enter. Okay. Now you can check your package through this code through this tab attribute. Okay. And if you want to check the TR number, suppose you are working on this existing document, you don't know the TR number, then you can check go to object directory entry look overview. This is your TR number. Okay. So what is the process to check? To check TR number of existing object of any object, process is go to object directory entry, object directory entry, and log overview. You can check the TR of any object and you can check the package name also. Suppose if you want to change the package, then you can change your package. Okay, now save. Next tab is field. So it is completed now. Next tab is field. In the field, we will pass the fields. Suppose I will create a table, customer ID, customer ID. So today I will complete a real-time task like customer ID, customer name, address, phone. So we will take four fields, then we will fill the data also, and then we will create a custom T code also of this table. So this is the real-time task. Today we will complete it. Now I have explained you that what is MANDT field. MANDT, client independent and client independent. If you are taking this field MANDT, then your table is client dependent. No MANDT, then client independent. So what is the meaning of client independent? If you are doing some changes on this client, then changes will not reflect on another client. That is the meaning of client dependent. Changes are not reflecting on another client. What is client independent? Changes are reflecting on another client. Like if you are working on 500, your changes will reflect on the 600 also. So that is the meaning of client independent. Then what is primary key? Let me create some field. So this is your standard table. Suppose let me take the example of Mara, and you can also take like VBR keys, any sales table. So here Babylon is the primary key. This tick is for primary key, and MNDT is also primary key. So if you are taking this MNDT, then your table is client dependent. Now I will take this field MNDT. I will select this unique key MANDT. This is the standard data element. Save. Okay, next field I will take customer ID. Custom ID. I will take it as unique key. Now customer ID. So what is data element? In the previous class, I've explained to you that what is data element. No, I did not explain. Let me explain. So this is the process. Yeah, this is the data element DDIC object. So it is a DDIC object, data dictionary object, to define semantic information like field label. Then I will create a custom data element. Customer ID one suppose. Okay, now just double click on this. It will give a pop-up to create the object. Create the data element, yes. Now pass the description, customer ID. Okay, now you have to create domain also. So just understand the process. In the table we maintain field. In the field we maintain data element. Then in the data element we maintain domain. Domain data type. So now we are here data element. Now I will create domain. We can use same name also for the domain. Now double click on this. It will give you a pop-up to create. Enter. Create the domain. Yes. Save any description. Customer ID. Now in the domain we have to maintain data type. So just follow this process. Table, field, data element, domain, data type. Okay. Now what is domain? So data element domain is DDIC object, data dictionary object, data dictionary object to define technical information. What is technical information? Like data type. Okay. So here we maintain data type. Just click on this F4 help. Now you can select character data type. In the character, we can maintain alphanumeric. Like we can maintain ABCD as well as 1, 2, 3. So that is alphanumeric we can maintain in the character. Now I will take length. Like
Domain is like that field name.
sorry,
Domain is like that a field name.
not field name. Domain, basically we are just maintaining here data type. Okay, domain is a DDIC object. That is not field name like. Okay.
Okay, field name.
Yeah, basically in the this is a DDIC object. Here we maintain only data type. Is it clear?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So now it is new. So if you are creating any object, if you are creating domain, table, so first click on the save button, then activate. Enter. Now it is active. Okay, so your domain is created. Now go back. It is your data element is new. Just save and activate. So I have explained you that data element is a DDIC object to define semantic information. What is semantic information? Field label. So in the domain, we have maintained data type, that is the technical information. And what is field label? So this is your data element. Now click on this field label tab. So here we maintain the description of the like field name, heading of the field. Okay. So this is field label. Now click on save and activate. Enter. Now go back. So this part is completed. Now let me explain you. Let me take another field, customer name. So in this we have used custom data element. Now we will use standard data element. So what is the standard data element? Like name one. Okay, so this is the standard data element. Suppose we are having a custom table, so standard table K and A1. So this is your standard table. So here for name one, this is the customer name. So what is the data element? Name one underscore GP. So we can use this data element. This is the standard data element. Now I have used the standard data element also. Let me double click on this. So here you can check. This is the standard domain text 30. Okay, so this is the standard domain. And in the standard domain, we are maintaining here character of length 30. Okay, so this is the standard data element and domain. So I have explained you that how to use custom data element, how to use standard data element. Now next is, let me ask a question that can we create table without data element and domain? So this is the interview question also, that can we create table without data element and domain? Because here we are passing the data element. So can we add a field without data element and domain? So answer is yes. Yes, we can maintain. So how it is possible? Now next field I will take address. Okay. Let me take the phone number, customer address. So here, how it is possible without data element and domain? Put your cursor here and click on this predefined type. Here we will pass data type directly. Suppose character, I will take 50. Here I will pass address. Now click on save button. So I now just click on the data element again. Okay. So we have passed we have passed data type directly here without data element and domain. Now click on save. Now next point is table cannot be activated. Table cannot be activated without technical settings. Without technical settings. So this is the important part, that we cannot activate our custom table without technical settings. Let me close all the session. Yeah. So if you like save and activate. So maintain and save the technical settings. So I have explained this point now, that table cannot be activated without technical settings. So technical settings is the most important part of any custom table. Now enter. Just close this. Let me explain you this technical settings. So just click on this technical setting. In this technical setting, I will explain you two parameters, data class and size category. So in the technical settings, we have to understand data class, and size category. So what is data class? So what is data class? Data class will define the types of data that we can store in this table. Okay, like which type of data we are storing. Sorry. Which type of data we are storing in this table, custom table. Okay, then size of category define the physical space. Define physical space of any table in database. Okay, so data class will define the types of data that we can store in this table, and size category will define the physical space. सपोज लाइक जैसे हमको एक टेबल क्रिएट करते हैं तो उसका डेटाबेस में कितना स्पेस मेंटेन हो रहा है, ठीक है. सपोज कैन यू प्लीज म्यूट योरसेल्फ. या so size category will define the physical space of any table in the database. Okay, how much space this table will take in the database. Now data class, click on the F4 help. So in the real time we use AppL0, AppL1. So now in the real time we will use AppL0, AppL1. So what is AppL0 is for master data, AppL1 is for transaction data. Master data is like data that will not change frequently, like company code, company details, plant location. Okay, plant storage location. So that comes under the master data. And what is transaction data? Like sales order, purchase order. Like
Priya.
yeah.
I think master data is we maintain the customer master or the material master. That is called the master data. I think so.
Yeah. That is like you are maintaining company code details, company details. So that is the master data.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Got
transaction
it.
data is like sales order, purchase order. That you are creating on a daily basis. You are changing the data frequently. Okay. Now
Mm-hmm.
next is
Yeah.
size
Got it.
category. If you click on this F4 help, so here we are having different types of size category 0, 1, 2. Okay, in the real time we always use 0. So in this table you can record only 24000 rows. Okay, so like if we are maintaining 3000 records, then what will happen? So this is also the interview question, that you are selecting 0 size category and you are maintaining 3000 records in this table, then what will happen? So this like size category will be auto incremented by the SAP. Okay, so this is the answer. Like size category will be auto incremented by the SAP if you are if you are storing more than 3000, more than this 24000 records. So these are the two important parameters of technical settings. Now click on the save button, go back. Now your table will be activated. Enter. So this warning is for enhancement category. So how to remove this enhancement category warning? Just click on extras, enhancement category to enhance any tables. To enhance your table, enter. So like we always select this can be enhanced. Why we select can be enhanced deep? Because it consider all data types. Deep is for any data type. And if we select this, then we can consider only character or numeric data type. And for this only character data type. So in the real time we always say can be enhanced deep. Enter. Now your warnings will be removed. Okay, so your table is active. You cannot activate your table without technical settings. This is the important part. Can we create the table without data element? Yes. So in this table I have used custom data element, standard data element, and without data element and domain. So now next point is how to maintain data. So like you are maintaining 10, name ABC, address Delhi. Okay, I will not take this field. We are taking only two fields. So what is the primary key? Let me explain about the primary key. So if you are maintaining unique record, okay, so like 10 entry, 10 customer ID will not be repeated, like 10, 20, 30. So there, these are the unique record. So because we are taking the customer ID as a primary key, you can maintain only unique record for the customer ID. So now how to maintain the data in any custom table. So this is your custom table. Now it is completed. Now we will check utilities, table contains create entries. Now 10 ABC, customer address Delhi and save. But through this process, we can maintain only one entry at a time. But in the real time, we don't maintain like this. Okay. So in the real time, we create a TMG. Now what is TMG? What is TMG? TMG is table maintenance generator. So through this TMG, we can maintain multiple entries at a time. Multiple entries at a time. Okay. So this is the most important part, that how you are creating multiple entries. In the real time, first we create the database table, then we go to the table maintenance generator. Now go to table maintenance generator. Now just focus the how we are getting. This is the same process we will create for TMG. Now authorization group. Click on the F4 help. We always select and NC end without authorization group. Like we are not taking any authorization. We are not giving any authorization of this table. So we will select this without authorization. Like we are not restricting this table. Now what is function group? Function group basically is a container of function module. But here why we are creating this function module? Because in the function module also contains it contains screen. Okay. So like if we are maintaining the entries, then we will create a screen. In that screen we can maintain entries. So just copy the name. You can pass any name in this function group. Function group will be created automatically. Okay. Now click on this one step. We are creating a single screen. I will show you in the SIM30T code. Now put your cursor here and click on this find screen number. Enter. Now just click on this create button. It will ask for package. We will use same package. Enter. Again enter. We will use same TR. Enter. So now you can see here your TMG is creating. Okay. Go back. It is saved. Now we can pass this table name in the SM30T code. Which T code? SM30. SM30. Enter. So this is maintain table view. So here you can maintain your data. Click on this maintain. So it will take some time. Okay. So now you can see this table. This is the maintenance table. Here you can maintain multiple entries. Now this plus sign. How we can change the field name. And I will explain you that why it is plus and it is name one. It is customer ID. So first maintain data. Now let me explain you. We have created this function group. Just copy this function group pass it in SE80. So I have explained you about this T code. SE80 is the ABAP workbench. ABAP workbench. You can create the package also through this T code. So using this package, you can create the package, but here I will check function group. Okay. Now I will copy this name.
How you create the T code, madam?
Yeah, I will explain you. This is the next step. I will create a T code of this screen. Okay. So this is the full real-time task. Like first we create a table, then we maintain the data in this table, then we will create a custom T code, and that custom T code we provide to end user. In the real time, we provide the T code to the end user. Okay. So now let me explain you that how we are creating. So now pass the function group name. This function group name, yeah, same. Now click on the display. Okay. Now I have explained you that function group contains is the container function module and it contains a screen also. Okay, so basically here we are working on the screen. So let me explain you about the screen. Now double click on this. Okay, so I am just changing the field name. Okay, like customer ID name 1 and plus. So how we can change the field name? Now click on the layout. But like if you want to, yeah. So now click on the pencil button. So it is not in editable mode. If you click again, it is not in editable mode. But because you have to close all your screens like TMG also. Okay, now click on this pencil button. It is in editable mode. Okay, so first you have to close all your sessions of SM30 and all. Now I will pass customer.
In again, ma'am. I forget the path of the screen. Please come this
Okay,
screen
okay,
again.
okay, sure. Just close. So basically in the TMG, you have to copy the function group name. Just go to SE11. This is your table name. Then display, utilities, table maintenance generator. In this table maintenance generator, you can copy your function group and you can pass in the SE80. Let me show you again. Close this session. SE80. Enter. So here you can pass. This is your function group. Now click on this display button. Display button. Okay. And in this you can check your screen number. Just double click and click on the layout. Now you have to close that session. Here you can click on this pencil button. It is an editable mode. Now name one, change it to customer name. Now this plus icon is for address. Address. Okay. Now close this box. Save. Close. So now it is inactive. Just activate it. Enter. It is active. Now create new session and go to SM30 decode. Okay. Enter. Close this session. Now maintain. So here you can see customer ID, customer name, address. Okay. So we have changed the field name also. Now next task is how we can create the table T code. So first is table, custom table that we created, custom table. Then we created TMG. Why we created TMG? To maintain multiple entries at a time. Now we will create custom T code. So this is the last and this is the real type task as well. Now let me explain you that how we can create the custom T code. So through this T code SE93, let me maintain some notes also. T code SE93. So this is the custom, this is the T code, standard T code. Here we will create custom T code. Now I will create G custom, G custom. Okay, now click on create customer T code. Now in this we have to select the radio button. So which radio button we will select? So this is for dialog transaction like module programming. When we will programming is also called dialog programming. Okay. So when we are creating any module pool, then we will select this dialog transaction. When we are creating any report selection screen, then we will select this radio button. Now we are working on table or views. If we create any view, so in the table we select this radio button transaction with parameters. Okay. Now enter. In this transaction, we have to pass SM30. So this is the screen of SM30. So we are passing SM30 T code. Okay, now skip initial screen. Okay, so what is the initial screen? This screen. I don't want this screen. So skip initial screen. Just activate this checkbox. Now activate these checkbox. Okay. Now next step is you have to pass two parameters. Just click on this F4 help, view name and update. I will maintain notes also so that you can remember that what we are doing here, update. So you have to pass two parameters. Now in the view name, you have to pass your table name. Copy, paste. And in the update, you have to pass capital X. Basically in ABAP, we just use capital X to activate. Okay, so to activate this parameter, save. It will ask for package. We will use same package, then tr. Now it is saved. Okay, so now just copy this C code. I will close all session. Close. Now pass your custom T code. Enter. So this is your screen. So this is the real-time task that you have to create a custom table and you have to create a custom T code. Then you can provide this custom T code to the end user to maintain this data. Okay. So let me maintain some nodes. To create custom T codes, you have to remember just two parameters. Two parameters that we have to pass. View name. You can click on the F4 help also. But just remember the name, view name and update. In the update, we always pass it as X. Basically in ABAP, that capital X is to activate. If you are selecting any checkbox, so you are activating that. So in the parameter, we always pass it as X. And in the view name, we will pass table name. Table name. Okay. So this is the process to create any custom T code. We use standard T code SE93 and in the SE93 we can create our custom T code. Okay, now go back. So this is the process. So do you have any doubt like what is data element, domain? Then table cannot be activated without technical settings. In the technical settings, we have learned about two parameters, data class and size category. Data class will define the types of data like master data, transaction data. Then size category will define the physical space of any table in the database. Like we are selecting size category 0, 0, 1, 2. We are having different types of size category. Then 0 size category in the 0 size category. In the 0 size category, we maintain records 0 to 2700 something. So if you are maintaining more than 2700, like if you are maintaining 3000 records, then it will be auto incremented by the SAP. Then what is TMG? Table maintenance generator to maintain multiple entries at a time. Okay. So and what is function group? Through this function group, we can change the field name of any screen. Like here we are passing some field name. So if you want to change the field name, then you can change through this function group. In the function group contains the screen number, and you can change the field name. Okay. Now next step is how you are creating your custom T code through this T code, through the standard T code SC93, and you are just passing two parameters, view name and update. So do you have any doubt?